European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen proposed the creation of an EU-funded European Center for Democratic Resilience, an initiative that conservatives and right-wing populists warn could become a state-controlled speech police. My name is Joseph Hammond, foreign correspondent for the Washington Times, and this is my Q&A on the European Center for Democratic Resilience. Right now, there's a lot of concern in Europe around free speech, in particular over disinformation. And we live in a day and age where we have, AI-generated content, and we have other technology tools which are allowing disinformation actors to really spread disinformation across the continent. And a lot of this that the European Union is concerned about is funded and supported by Russia. With a lot of elections this year, this is an important issue for many countries. Why it's an issue of concern is that a lot of these disinformation campaigns or anti-disinformation campaigns in the past have been targeted at conservative and right-wing populist parties, and there is a concern that the European Union funding will be used to deplatform European conservatives and populists, as we have seen in a number of countries already. Secondly, there's a concern amongst a lot of these countries, given their history, given the fact that some of these countries were totalitarian communist regimes or totalitarian fascist regimes in the past. They have that history, so they're very concerned about efforts to control free speech and to control debate. In reporting on this issue, I spoke to representatives from a number of political parties. Countering foreign disinformation must never become a pretext to muzzle those who disagree. That's something that Vijay Monane, Deputy Secretary General of the populist right Europe of Sovereign Nations groups, told me directly. He also said that Europe should defend open debate and not create a ministry of truth. Proponents of the center are very concerned about Moscow's role in spreading disinformation online, be that fake news, be that deep fakes, be that AI-generated content. Again, we're living in a world where in the very near future, most of the content generated online, studies show, will be generated by AI. And in that context, it's very easy for Russian disinfo warriors to spread narratives that undermine European democracy and undermine the security goals of our NATO allies in Europe. And I think there's a particular concern, around the fact that, Russia has already shown a capacity to do this and interfered in elections to issues like Catalan independence as well. I think this debate will unfold in a number of ways. I think that there will be pushback from right-wing parties, both traditional conservative parties and populist parties, regarding some of these disinformation efforts, because they feel that this tool, while everyone agrees, hey, Russian disinformation campaigns are ongoing, these institutions, once created, will create a lot of high-paid positions, but could easily be turned upon right-wing and conservative parties. And that's what we've seen in the past. There's evidence of that they could point to, and they felt they've been discriminated against by these sort of organizations in the past. So I feel that you're going to see some of the debate shift to, hey, this is a serious issue, but this is an issue that should be either left to the member states of the European Union or perhaps should be left to NATO. For the Washington Times, I'm Joseph Hammond. Thank you for watching.